morning, everyone. Let me introduce myself. My name is Annisa Wahyuni. It's good to be here. I want to talk about my presentation. The title of my presentation is Fix Your Presentation 21 Quick Tips. Have you ever had trouble presenting? I have read somewhere the other day that one of the difficulties in presentation is low self-confidence. Usually we will have low self-confidence, especially when making presentation. There are those who understand but do not have self-confidence, thus closing any opportunities for him to develop. There are those who previously did not have self-confidence, but after mastering them, they become confident and less afraid. Therefore, I will give some tips during presentation. I have divided my talk into 3. The first point of my talk is an opening, but I open it with an introduction. My second point is the content of the presentation, and the third point or the last point is the closing. Okay, let's take a look at the slide. The first slide about preparation. As you can see here, there are 10 points. Second slide is about presentation. As you can see here, there are 10 points. Is this clear enough for everyone? Hope it's clear enough for everyone to see. Here are 21 ways to make certain that your presentation hold your audience interest and help them make the decision you want them to make. Preparation. Firstly, build a story. Presentations are boring when they present scattered information without any context or meaning. Instead, tell a story with the audience as the main character. Secondly, keep it relevant. Audience only pay attention to stories and ideas that are immediately relevant. Consider what decision you want them to make. Then build an appropriate case. Thirdly, cut your intro. A verbose introduction that describes you, your firm, your topic, how you got there, only bores people. Keep your intro down to a sentence or two, even for a long presentation. Next, begin with an eye opener. Kick off your talk by revealing a shocking fact, a surprising insight, or a unique perspective that naturally leads into your message and the decision you want made. The next point is keep it short and sweet. When was the last time you heard someone complain that a presentation was too short? Make it half as long as you originally thought it should be. It is important. Use fact, not generalities. Fuzzy concept reflect fuzzy thinking, but trace your argument, story, and message with facts that are quantifiable, verifiable, memorable, and dramatic. In addition to this, custom for every audience. One size fits all presentations are like one size fits all clothes. They never fit right and usually make you look bad. Every audience is different. Your presentation should be too. Okay, the next point, simplify your graphic. People shut off their brains when confronted with complicated drawing and tables. Use very simple graphic and highlight the data points that are important. Next, keep background in the background. Fancy slide backgrounds only make it more difficult. For the audience to focus on what's important, use a simple, single color, natural color background. And the last, use readable font. Don't try to give your audience to get an eye strain, head strain by using tiny font. Use short font in simple face. Avoid boldface, italic, and all caps. Don't get too fancy. You want your audience to remember your message, not how many special effects and visual gimmick you use. In almost all cases, the simpler the better. I'd like to focus on presentation. Firstly, check your equipment in advance. If you must use PowerPoint or plan on show videos or something, check to make sure that the setup really works. Then check it again, then one more time. Secondly, speak to the audience. Great public speakers keep their focus on the audience, not the slide or their notes. Focus on the audience and show them to focus on your slide and your message. Thirdly, never read from slide. Quiz what your audience can read. If you are reading for your slide, you are not just being boring, you are also insulting the intelligence of everyone in the room. It is important. Don't skip around. Nothing makes you look more disorganized than skipping over slide, backtracking the previous slide, or showing slides that don't really belong. If there are slides that don't fit, cut them out of the presentation in advance. Okay, next, leave humor to the professional. Unless you are really good at telling jokes, don't try to be a comedian. Remember, when it comes to passionate presentation, polite laughter in the case of death. The next point, avoid obtuse wormholes. Every audience has hot buttons that command immediate attention and cause every other discussion to grind to a halt. Learn what they are and avoid them. Next, skip the jargon. Business buzzwords make you sound like you are either pompous, crazy, or speaking in tongues. Cut them out both from your slide and from your vocabulary. It is important. Make it timely. Schedule presentation for a time when the audience can give you proper attention. Avoid an off day just before lunch and the day before a holiday. In addition to this, prepare some questions. If you are going to have a Q&A at the end of your presentation, be prepared to get the ball rolling by having up a question or two up your sleeve. Okay, the last is have a spare handout. If there's data that you want the audience to have, put it into a spare document for distribution after your talk. Don't use your slide deck as a data repository. Okay, that's bring me to the end of my presentation. In conclusion, there are some tips presentation that we must apply to make the presentation better and more interesting. Thank you for your attention. That's bring me to the end of my presentation. I'll be glad to answer any question. Okay, any question? Okay, it does seem like there is. Thank you.